Dear students, this is part 3 class of dual nature of radiation and matter. In last class, we studied about the experimental arrangement of photoelectric effect and the effect of photocurrent on intensity of incident radiation, right? So in this class, let us study the effect of potential applied to anode on photocurrent. Okay. So what happens if we change potential difference between two plates, that is cathode and anode? Will photocurrent changes or not? So let us discuss about it. Okay. For this, the remaining two factors, frequency and intensity of incident radiation, kept fixed. Okay. That is, the cathode is illuminated with the fixed frequency and fixed intensity of radiation. Okay. Means here the radiation of fixed frequency and fixed intensity is made to fall on cathode. Okay, right. When anode is at zero potential with respect to the cathode, okay, small photocurrent is observed. Okay, here there are two types of potential. First one is accelerating potential. Positive potential is called accelerating potential. In experimental setup, anode is made positive and cathode is made negative by using commutator key. Means anode is connected to positive terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to negative terminal. Okay, then the anode is at positive potential and cathode is at negative potential. Okay, and second one is retarding potential. Negative potential is called as retarding potential. Okay, here the polarity of anode and cathode can be reversed by using commutator key. Okay, means here anode is connected to negative terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to positive terminal of the battery. Then anode is at negative potential and cathode is at positive potential. Okay, remember these things, right? So let us discuss these two sub cases one by one. First one is for accelerating potential. Here, when positive potential is applied to anode increased gradually, then more and more electrons reach anode. So photocurrent increases with the increase in potential. At some stage, for certain value of positive potential, photocurrent reaches maximum value. If the potential is further increased, current does not increases. That maximum value of photocurrent is called saturation current. Okay, saturation current is what? It is maximum value of photocurrent. Okay, next in graph, here the potential is taken along x-axis, okay, and the photocurrent is taken along y-axis. Okay, so you are observing the curve nature, right? Okay, here when the potential is 0, okay, when potential is 0, here photocurrent is not zero. Yes, there will be a small photocurrent is observed, because here the small amount of photoelectric emission takes place, because here for photoelectric emission radiation is necessary. Okay, right? So hence when potential is zero, then also the photoelectric emission takes place and small amount of photocurrent is observed. Okay, and here concentrate on the right hand side of the graph. Here on increasing the positive potential, okay, or the accelerating potential, here what happens? The graph nature is curve, right? Here the photocurrent is gradually increases. Photocurrent is gradually increases. At some stage it reaches maximum value, right? So again the potential is increased, but current does not increases. Yes, here at the end the curve becomes flat. Yes, the curve becomes flat. So why it happens? So if we keep on increasing the positive potential, there were no more electrons to emit. Okay, so current saturates. Current saturates. So that current is called as saturation current, or the maximum value of photocurrent. Okay, right. Next to case 2. Case 2 is for retarding potential. Here for retarding potential, anode is made negative with respect to the cathode with the help of commutator. Means, as I told earlier, anode is connected to negative terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to positive terminal of the battery. Okay, right. Here most of the electrons are repelled and only most energetic electrons are able to reach anode. Hence, current decreases rapidly. At certain value of retarding potential, current becomes zero. Current becomes zero. The minimum negative potential given to anode, for which photocurrent becomes zero, is called stopping potential or cutoff potential. Cutoff potential. Okay. And here the photoelectric current is zero when stopping potential is sufficient to repel even most energetic photoelectrons. Hence, the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron can be written as K maximum equal to E into V naught, where E is basic unit of charge, okay, and V naught is stopping potential. Okay. Here consider the graph. Concentrate on the left hand side of the graph. Okay, it is a variation of photocurrent with the retarding potential. Here on increasing the negative potential, current goes on decreases. Yes, current goes on decreases because anode is at negative potential. Okay, free electrons are negatively charged. So like charges repels each other. So many of electrons will get repelled from the anode and go back to the cathode Only some electrons are able to reach anode, okay, which have more energy. So current decreases. So again increasing the negative potential, current becomes zero. Okay, in graph you can observe at V0 photocurrent becomes zero. So that potential is called as stopping potential or cutoff potential. Okay, at this potential So even more energetic electrons cannot reach anode. Cannot reach anode. Okay. Hence the name stopping potential. Okay. Right. So next is here conclusion. Conclusion of case 2. Case 2. That is the effect of potential applied to anode on photocurrent. So here the first conclusion is all the photoelectrons emitted from the metal do not have same kinetic energy. Do not have same kinetic energy. Okay. So here we are, okay. So as you observed in the graph. So on increasing the accelerating potential, what happened? The current goes on increased, and at certain value the current becomes saturates. Okay. Similar way, in retarding potential, what happens? On increasing the negative potential, current goes on decreases. At V0, current becomes 0. So this concludes what? All the photoelectrons emitted from the metal do not have same kinetic energy. Okay, right. Next, second conclusion is for constant frequency of radiation and higher intensities, the saturation current has greater values, but the stopping potential remains same. Okay, that is, for given frequency of incident radiation, stopping potential is independent of its intensity. Okay, so this can be proved by the graph. To observe the graph nature, in graph, here they used 3 different intensities of radiation, I1, I2, I3. Okay, here the variation of photocurrent with both potential studied. For accelerating potential and for retarding potential, the variation of photocurrent is studied. Then we notice that in graph, so we can notice that V0 stopping potential, V0 is V0 for all 3 intensities of light is same. Yes, okay, V0 for all 3 intensities of light is same. Means V0 is not depends on intensity. Yes, if suppose the V0 value is differ for 3 different intensities, then we can say that V0 is depends on intensity. But here what happens? So whatever may be the intensity of light, the V0 value will be same. Okay. Hence, so we can conclude V0 is not depends on intensity of radiation. Okay. But so we can observe here I3. I3 is saturation current for the intensity I3. Next I2 is saturation current for intensity I2. And I1 is saturation current for I1. Okay. Here the intensities I3 is greater than I2. I2 is greater than I1. Okay. So here what happens? For higher intensities, for higher intensity I3, photocurrent is more, or the saturation current is more. For lower intensity I1, saturation current is less. Yes. So we can say that here the saturation current is directly proportional to intensity. Yes, saturation current is directly proportional to intensity. As intensity increases, saturation current also increases. Yes. So here the saturation current means what? Maximum value of photocurrent. Yes. In case 1, we already studied photocurrent is directly proportional to intensity. Hence, obviously, the maximum value of photocurrent means saturation current is also directly proportional to intensity. Hence, we can say that saturation current is depends on which factor? Intensity. Saturation current is depends on intensity. Okay, here in graph we can observe for different intensities we are getting different values of saturation current. Okay, so let us discuss case 3, that is the effect of frequency of incident radiation on photocurrent. Okay, right. You heard, so you heard the word monochromatic light. Okay, monochromatic means single colored light. Okay, so that monochromatic light is so which gives you the single wavelength or single frequency. Okay, here the frequency of light can be varied. Frequency of light can be varied by inserting colored filter in the path of light falling on the cathode. Okay, falling on the cathode. Hence we get the radiations of different frequency or different wavelength. Okay, right. Here the for radiations of different frequencies at same intensity. Okay, here for radiations of different frequencies at the same intensity, variation of photocurrent with the potential is studied. Okay, so from graph, so we can observe or we obtain different values of stopping potential but same saturation current value for different frequencies nu1, nu2, nu3. Okay, here the value of saturation current is independent of frequency of incident radiation, right? Okay, so just observe the graph. Okay, here in this graph, here they considered 3 different frequencies of radiation, nu1, nu2, nu3. Okay, for those frequencies, variation of photocurrent with the potential studied. Okay, with the potential studied. We observe that saturation current is same for all different frequencies. Yes, okay, here the saturation current is same for all different frequencies of radiation. Hence, we can say that saturation current is not depends on frequency. Is not depends on frequency. Why? If saturation current is depends on frequency, then we may get the different values of saturation current for different frequencies. But here that thing is not happened. What happened here? Here saturation current is same for all 3 frequencies nu1, nu2 and nu3. Okay, but value of stopping potential changes with frequency. Okay, here so you may notice here V01 is stopping potential for frequency nu1. V02 is stopping potential for frequency nu2. Similarly, V03 is stopping potential for nu3. Yes, okay. Here a frequency nu3 is greater than nu2 and nu2 is greater than nu1. For maximum frequency nu3, stopping potential value is greater. Okay, and for minimum frequency nu1, stopping potential value is smaller. Hence, we can say that stopping potential is proportional to frequency. Okay, proportional to frequency. So, hence, so what is the conclusion here? Saturation current is not depends on frequency, but stopping potential is depends on frequency. Okay. From graph of stopping potential and frequency of incident radiation, so we note that stopping potential varies linearly with the frequency of incident radiation. Okay, and there exists certain minimum frequency nu naught for which stopping potential is 0. Okay, so in this graph, frequency of radiation is taken along x-axis and stopping potential is taken along y-axis. Okay, here, as you know, below the threshold frequency, no photoelectric emission takes place. Okay, at threshold frequency nu naught, stopping potential is 0. Yes, okay, in graph, so we can notice that at threshold frequency nu naught, stopping potential is 0. So above the threshold frequency, the stopping potential goes on, so increases. Yes, so we can conclude that here the above the threshold frequency, stopping potential is proportional to frequency of incident radiation. Okay, frequency of incident radiation. Next is the experimental observations of photoelectric effect. Okay, or loss of photoelectric emission. Okay, so by summarizing those three cases, okay, what are those three cases? First one is the effect of a photocurrent on intensity. Second one, the effect of photocurrent on potential applied to anode. And the third case is the effect of photocurrent on frequency of radiation. Okay, so based on these three cases, there are the 4 laws are predicted. So first one is, for a given metal, case 1, it is actually case 1, for a given metal and frequency of incident radiation above the threshold frequency, so what happens? Photoelectric current is directly proportional to intensity of incident radiation. Okay, do you remember the first case and also graph nature? Yes, the graph nature of photocurrent versus intensity of light. Yes, there the straight line passes through the origin, which indicates what? The photocurrent is directly proportional to intensity, and there the frequency of incident radiation kept fixed. Okay, right, that is the, so this is here the first law is summary of the case 1. Okay, right. Second one, for a given metal and frequency of incident radiation, saturation current is proportional to intensity of incident radiation and stopping potential is independent of its intensity. Okay, stopping potential is independent of its intensity. This is case 2. Okay, case 2. So in case 2, we concluded 2 points. Will you remember? So what is that? Saturation current is depends on intensity and stopping potential is depends on frequency. Yes, means stopping potential is not depends on intensity. Right? Okay. Next, third one is, for a given metal, there exists a certain minimum frequency of incident radiation required for photoelectric emission is called threshold frequency. Okay, this thing you know, that is the definition of the threshold frequency, below which no photoelectric emission takes place. Okay, above the threshold frequency, maximum kinetic energy or stopping potential of the emitted photoelectrons increases linearly with the frequency of incident radiation. Okay, so this is the So this is the case 3. In case 3, the summary of the second graph. Okay, will you remember? It is the graph of stopping potential versus frequency of incident radiation. Yes, there the below threshold frequency stopping potential is 0. After that is the above the threshold frequency, the plot is straight line. Yes, straight line. That indicates what? The stopping potential is directly proportional to frequency. Okay, so maximum kinetic energy can be written as E into V naught. Hence, maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectrons also depends on frequency. Yes, okay. The last point is photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process without any time lag. Without any time lag. Okay, here there is no time gap between the two processes. Okay, which one? That is the fall of radiation on the cathode and the emission of photoelectrons from the cathode. Okay, so there will be no time gap between these two processes. It is hardly 10 raised to minus 8 seconds. Okay, hence the photoelectric emission is an instantaneous process without any time lag. Okay, right. So this portion is important on exam point of view. So remember these things. Okay, so here the question may be asked for 3 marks, right?